Good evening all, this is Tom here with a little update. I just finished putting this road in here to connect these two sections of towns, and I just had to do a little patchwork there. It's Woodland Scenics Smooth-It, and when you go over the tracks and you use their marking tape, and it keeps it in place. And then what you do is you just take a X-Acto knife and then you just scribe it along the rails, and then it comes off and you just clean it up, and then you got a nice little smooth area there. And that's it for there. And up here I just poured all the concrete, which is to smooth it, but this is all going to be painted with concrete paint. And the highway there is in place. I'm still sanding it down a little bit, but that's going to be painted black. It's a 4-lane highway. That's a side street there. We're going to put maybe a traffic signals there. And this is the parking lot area for the UPS building. So the trucks will be going into that parking area. And that big area there. The cement building, I just was playing around and I got that ballast, that gray ballast. It's a larger size. I don't like to use that on my rails, so I use it for like roads or something like that. I used it over there to make that road go up the mountain there, and so I used it for here. And that white area there is the foundation for the building, and there's a foundation for the UPS building there too. I made that the other day, and I had to get more smooth it, so I just got to this tonight, and that's going to dry. I have to wait 24 hours for that before I can sand it down. And then I got paint coming, the concrete paint color, and I'll paint that all concrete color. And then I can put the UPS building back up here and do some more, some landscaping. But I got to paint that gray, that concrete underneath there. Put some more ballast down there, and clean that up. And on the back rail there, I have some open spots on the ballast I didn't see. Black on black is hard to see, and in the daylight I saw, and so I have to do a little ballasting on that back end there to get that taken care of. And then the big thing was this weekend I spent a lot of time getting these turnouts to work, and you can see, hard to see because I painted them, but right there is the brass screw. And then I had to add a feeder wire on this rail and a feeder wire on this rail right there. So now I get 14 volts on the frog and the rail, or 14 volts on the diverged leg and the rail. So that's what I've been doing. I got all the turnouts up on the upper level. That's from the siding. That's a turnout up there. Here's a turnout for the beginning of the loop, and there's another turnout, and then that last one down there for the upper level. And then on the lower level, I had to do the same thing. That turnout going into that siding, and its turnout partner is over here behind the car dealership, and I was working on the Y there. I got the wires in place. I soldered the feeder wire on. I don't know if we can get it close up. You can see before everything was painted. See, there's the screw, and let me get something to point with. Right here, right there is the bus bar, and that slides underneath and the eyelet on the turnout, and then the screw goes down, and then that's really nice and tight. and it's a good connection. And then there's the 2 feeder wires I got to solder onto the turnout. Once that's done, then that guy will have 14 volts. And I got the turnout up there going into the helix. Hard to see, it's dark back there. I got to do that one, but there's no ballast there, so that'll be an easy one to slide underneath there. And then this one here, this turnout here, and then there's a turnout around the bend. It's hard to see, but those are all the ones that I have to remove the edge connector from, Citatron edge connector. This would not power the frog properly, so I removed them, and I took the tortoises down off the layout. They're all screwed up there, so it's easy to take them up and down. And I put it on my bench, and I soldered the wires that I needed on them, and I put T connectors on there, and then spade connectors on the other end, and just clip them together. And that way I can take them apart if I need to work on them or something. So that's those. And over here on these 2 layouts, they don't need to have the track feeder wires. This hooking up the frog wire to the tortoise, and I got 14 volts. Like these guys and these double crossovers, 14 volts, 14 volts, 14 volts, 14 volts. And this one here I put in the bus bar because that wire was loose, so I figured the ones that were loose I would just pull them up and put the bus bar in. And I didn't color this one yet, so I gotta paint that brass, but you can see the screw there, and the bus bar you can't see because I ballasted already, so it's hidden and you don't even see the wire. It's a lot better than trying to solder the wire onto those frogs anyway. And so I got a few, and over there, like I think that guy there, the wire I pulled up already on that turnout. And then these guys in here, there's only a handful of turnouts on this side, and the bulk of the turnouts on this side is the double crossover, of course, and then the yard. And the yard, I need to get them all operational with 14 volts. Some have it, some don't. And when I'm running my switchers through there, I got the KCS switcher there, and I got this little guy here. They don't run very well through those turnouts, and I got to make sure that I got a good connection on there. And I soldered them all on, and when I soldered them, I tested it and it had 14 volts, but now sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. So putting the bus bar on them will guarantee me good connectivity. So I'm just puzzled that I can't figure out for the life of me why the Tortoise machines on my first 15 that I put on the layout, I don't need to have the feeder wires on the Tortoise's output 2 and 3. Like up here, I had to add the feeder wire to get the frog to work. So maybe the newer Tortoises, all my Tortoise machines are less than a year old. So I can't imagine they made a change in batch to batch. So, well, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to give you an update. And we're making progress on the upper level and these turnouts. So, everybody have a great night, and we'll see you in the next video. This is Tom. Everybody take care.